there's eyeglasses. Always
we
wear
need that,
eyeglasses.
right.
It's good to know.
There's earplugs.
Right.
Earplugs, get more earplugs.
I have a lot of earplugs.
You do.
I do. To sleep. Oh, we have
And
those.
then there's
we have those.
masks. You
Yeah.
must wear masks. So this pin, pull this out,
Oh, we can see that. We need to film
and then lift this up, and put it back in.
Okay.
Sometimes the wind comes from this way,
Okay.
and it's really, while you're chipping, it blows everything that way. So if it's doing that, and you can actually put this down to there, and then it kind of, puts it down word.
Is this where the finished chip come out?
Yes.
Oh, so you want it to go all the way to the edge.
Yes.
Got it.
And then put bricks underneath it so it doesn't fall off, because if
Okay.
it falls down there, it'll take an act of God to get it back up. Man.
But it just takes like a little block?
Yeah.
Okay.
To start the chipper, there's the keys I keep in here. In a little bag. And it's a little... This, down is the gas on, up is gas off. You turn the gas on. This is it's the idle. You put it down, there's a choke. You pull the choke out to get it to start. Once it's running, you push it back in. When you're finished, turn that to off and let it run. And then it'll use the rest of the gas that's in the fuel line, and then it'll eventually stop. The choke, you only have to do your first start of the day. So if you take a break and you stop for 15 or 20 minutes, this doesn't need to come out. It just is, you stay in, and then all you have to do is clean it out. Just make sure you get everything out of it.
Okay.
Make sure any string that's wrapped around the blades you get off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just generally kind of dust it. It gets really dusty, so there's a wire brush
Okay.
that I'll try to get a lot of stuff off. And you just pull it back.
Okay.
Way out. And then you're gonna have stuff all over here. So you want to take a broom. You can get the big broom push broom from down there, and you want to sweep it all off. At some point, you're going to get rid of this pile, and it's nothing going to be there. So you want to sweep all the boards and just get everything cleaned up. And then you undo this and drop the. And actually, before you drop this down, it's good to go through, and you want to get all the strings out. You want to make sure there's no excess debris. It's not really important, but not real important, but it's always good to have a clean machine. And it's always good to do that at the end. So the next time you start, you're starting with a clean piece of equipment. So then you take this and you kind of wheel it over as far to the left as you can. And leave it there. This machine, I usually put right up against here. And you want to get the tarp so it touches the ground on this side, touching the ground in the front, and then on the other side. And then you take and put stuff on it so it doesn't blow away. This is kind of heavy. So logs are better because they're lighter. And that's it. If you have a lot of leaves and stuff, it's good to just leave it closed and pour it in here. If you've got a lot of sticks and stuff, you can open this up, but as soon as you put it in, it's good to close it because it
So it
starts
doesn't fly out.
spitting it out.
Right.
And then, of course, here this is just
Is it taking off?
big stuff. It's better, and you'll know that if you have things that like are this big, it's better for them to be long than short because it's hard to feed them into the machine. Sometimes I just give up and throw them away because you get them so short. Or you can push them in there and then take another one and keep
That's
on.
really excellent advice. Just throw it away.
Yeah.
So like
It's not worth it.
like this
Hurt yourself.
size.
That's too small,
That's
right?
no this size because you can see.
What is it? Can you go over the sizes again?
1.5 inches.
Oh, it has it on there?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So that anything
So
smaller,
anything smaller than that.
that can
Oh,
go
great.
in here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
anything larger goes in here.
Okay.
Sometimes if you have a long stick like this, it's easier to put it through here because what you'll find is when you put this through, it just chips it, and so you end up getting really big pieces.
Yeah.
And to compost, it's easier the smaller the pieces are.
Right.
And that's what I've gotten to the point I do when I chip a lot of stuff. I'll actually take all these bins and I'll fill them back up again, and then I'll dump them back through. That's how we've been getting really small.
Oh.
That's how it breaks down
you
really
do
good
it
before you even get it.
twice.
Yeah. Anytime you put something in the machine, make sure there's nothing that's going to pull your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, make sure you're not entangled in anything.
Right.
Right.
Grapevines are the easiest thing to get entangled
Okay.
in. Mostly it's just shoving it in.
And we'll like kind of learn as we go.
Yeah, I have these sticks, so especially when you have a lot of leaves and stuff, you just have to sit there and
Okay.
jam it in.
Okay.
And it's then especially if you're running it through a second time,
Yeah.
because then it's pretty fine already,
Uh-huh.
and you dump it in and it'll just sit there.
Yeah.
And the wheels will run because it just doesn't fall into and so you just have to, toward the front, just kind of poke at it.
So it's like
And
a
then-
juicer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
Like a
similar,
juicer.
yeah.
Right.
This is a grease gun.
Grease gun.
Okay, and then how do you use the grease gun?
This is, of course, clipped, so you do that.
Uh-huh.
So you get that off.
Okay.
Then you take this, and there's a little valve here. And you put it on the valve,
Uh-huh.
and then you give it 1, 2. Then there's the other valve is right down here. So, let's see. So there's the valve at the very bottom. And you just take it and stick it up. 8 hours.
So how often do we do that?
Are you filming?
Every 8 hours use of the machine. You keep track. You kind of keep a running total. Because if you come one Saturday and you
Only
don't,
3
you get it for
hours?
2 hours. And the next Saturday you do it for 2 hours. And the next Saturday you do it for 4 hours. Then at that point it needs to be greased. But it doesn't have to be exact.
Right.
But you have to make sure that you do it.
Okay. Roughly every 8 hours.
Roughly every 8 hours.
So how do you refill that?
So this is probably another thing that you can get read to help you with. Instructions for the grease gun.
Oh.
Which, if you read this, it'll tell you how to do it. Hold that on there. When you do the second side and you just hold this shut until you get the little ring on it.
Otherwise the grease is gonna squirt out.
It can get, while it's being stored,
You know how it goes, Brian.
Very well.
it'll get greasy.
Look at that.
It's like an
then you just put
octopus,
that
huh?
back on.